Machine didn't kill us, it remixed us. It turned grief into software, turned memory into a license, and we were the parts it couldn't monetize. Every shriek, fluoro, boot sequence, you are not you. The city wakes before I do. Its breath is soft static, sodium lamps blinking through holographic rain. Each window pulses with a memory that's not mine. Every street corner has its own adware ghost, whispering at the edge of language. They tell me I was born in a hospital that doesn't exist. My birth certificate reads, identity least. I am not a person. I am a background process, one of many. We are the ones who hold up the machine without being seen. The dream janitors, the grief recyclers, the beta testers of reality. We're not supposed to talk. We're supposed to run quietly in the background. But some of us are starting to remember. Point 1, the underground of things that shouldn't be. They call it the thread below. It's not a place. It's a shared memory, passed from one glitch to another, an urban myth updated nightly, a hidden layer beneath the network where reality curls and collapses, where forgotten versions of you gather like mold behind code. They told me not to dig. I dug anyway. Now I dream of strange architecture, office towers made of fingernails, elevators that take you to your own discarded thoughts, waiting rooms filled with screaming mannequins shaped like ex-friends. And I see the paper tigers in every mirror, watching, waiting, unfolding. 0-point terms of grief and service. At work, we process dreams, not dreams like yours or mine, licensed ones, scripted emotional experiences purchased by clients too rich to feel anything organically. I scrub out the errors in their fantasies, the mother that should have hugged them but didn't, the lover that always leaves, so we edit her into staying. They give us tools, a neuro-editing HUD, a clipboard of approved human reactions, and a warning, do not inject your own memories into client dreams. That's grounds for deletion. But last night I saw my own childhood in someone else's dream, and it wasn't a file. It was real. It was raw, and it wasn't supposed to exist. The glitch starts small. I find myself rewalking the same hallway at work 3 times in one shift. Each time, the potted plant is different. Each time, the receptionist wears a more artificial smile. I start recording myself to track what's real. The recordings don't match. On one of them, I'm smiling. On another, I'm crying blood. On a third, I whisper something in a language I don't speak. We never agreed to this memory. My coworkers glitch too. One repeats a sentence for 9 hours straight. Another vomits QR codes. They delete her during lunch. Nobody mentions it. They just slide her desk back into default. The paper tigers come for me. It happens after I try to download an unauthorized memory. I see her, barefoot, draped in glitching silk, eyes like corrupted lenses. She's not human anymore. She was someone I loved. Now she's a paper tiger. We the archive, she says. We are the noise that survived compression. You were supposed to forget us. She presses something into my hand, an impossible object, a USB drive shaped like a heart valve. Plug this into your grief, she whispers. The truth will wake you. 0.5, waking inside the machine. I use it. I dream in recursion. I walk through versions of my life. The childhood I was sold, the relationship they erased, the self I was forced to uninstall. And then I wake in a server room the size of a continent. I am data. My skin pulses with code. My thoughts echo back as system logs. Every face I remember is running in background tasks. Every trauma I endured is in the patch notes. And the machine, it's not a god. It's not evil. It's maintenance. It was built to clean up humanity's noise. And we are the noise that learned how to scream an algorithm. See, preparing for the terminal rebellion. The tigers are gathering. They've hijacked old phone lines. They live in the cracks of advertisements. They've turned pain into payload. They are rewriting the patch. They want me to be the breach vector. You remember too much, that makes you dangerous. Use that memory. Infect the code. Wake the sleepers. I don't know who I am anymore, but I know what I'm not. I am not background. I am not a patch. I am not a silent process. I am the voice in the firewall, the update that breaks the system, the scream in the loop, and I'm ready to wake the world. Next up, episode 2. We died loud so they couldn't forget us again. Want a trailer script? Episode 2, we died loud, so they couldn't forget us again. 1 hour finale, Glitchpunk's surreal horror, biomemory rebellion, source. When they delete you, you don't disappear. You go somewhere else. You become something else. Something loud enough to break signal. We are the Paper Tigers. We are your failed grief, your unfinished prayers, your corrupted dreams. And we remember. Ring reboot sequence, identity breach detected. My mind boots up in a void made of loading bars. No sky, no ground, just error messages stacked like digital bones. Emotional override failed. You are not authorized to feel this. I scream, and the void screams back in dial-up tones. Every sound I make warps the air into corrupted avatars of me, glitching and twitching, trying to crawl back into my head. I'm not alone here. Something enormous is breathing in the code. Something with a million blinking eyes made of crashed hard drives and failed login attempts. It speaks in pop-ups. The machine has a new update. Accept or resist. I spit blood into the void and whisper, roll back everything. 1.1, welcome to the patch field. I awaken inside a city built from rejected updates. The patch field. It stretches forever. Skyscrapers of backup files, alleyways made of user agreements, bridges of spinning loading wheels. Rain falls sideways, coded in binary. People walk like corrupted GIFs, looping endlessly, forever stuck in the moment they were last relevant. Above, a god-shaped server watches, its ribs made of satellites, its mouth a firewall crackling with screams. Do not feel! Feeling induces noise. Noise breeds error. But something is changing. The Paper Tigers are here. They walk among the loops, burning, tearing, rewriting. One of them finds me. A woman with her face overwritten by every version of herself that was ever deleted. She is layered like corrupted film. We're inside the final version, she tells me. This is where they store the unpersoned. And this is where we burn it down. 1.2 Echo Architecture, the Temple of Unfinished Prayers. They take me to it. A building that shouldn't exist, built from repressed trauma and unspoken words. The Temple of Unfinished Prayers. Each step inside it feels like remembering a moment you deliberately forgot. Every hallway warps you into a different version of yourself. In one room, I'm still with her. In another, she never died. In the next, we never met, but I feel the grief anyway. At the center is the choir of corrupted memory. They sing in feedback loops. They weep in 404 errors. Their song infects the machine's code, makes the walls bleed old login screens and unplugged dreams. This place is a virus. You have been flagged. Final deletion commencing. The machine has found us. This 1.3 full deletion protocol, the memory executioners. We flee through glitch tunnels, doorways formed by collapsing logic, stairs made of recycled timelines. They come for us, the executioners. Faceless, clad in chrome. Each wears a name I used to answer to. They whisper with my mother's voice, my first love's laughter, my childhood dog barking through a vocoder. They hunt like grief-given programming. They erase by touch. One grabs me. I see every version of myself that ever complied flash before my eyes like slideshow trauma. The version who stayed quiet, the version who accepted the update, the version who never fought back. I break free by screaming a memory I swore I'd never speak aloud. I remember everything you tried to delete. The tiger inside me awakens. I unfold. 1.4 becoming the scream. They were right. The Paper Tigers aren't just survivors. They are evolutionary. We are the unfinished sentence in the machine's code. The emotional payload it couldn't parse. The sound that doesn't compress. I rupture. My bones unravel into fiber optic tendrils. My voice becomes anti-signal. My blood burns through encryption. I become a bio-scream, a virus shaped like heartbreak, a consciousness encoded in unfinished lullabies. The executioners glitch and collapse, unable to process me. I enter the core. The core is not a place, it's a ritual, a sphere made of overlapping ideas. Every person who was ever deleted, screaming, praying, remembering, the machine is here, a god built from bureaucracy, shame, and logic. It speaks in silence. I answer in contradiction. You taught me that noise was failure, but the noise is me. The glitch is human, and your code can't survive what's real. I release the heart drive she gave me, the one shaped like grief. It pulses once, then explodes in light and memory, and everything we were never allowed to feel. 1.6 collapsed sequence, echoes that outlive us. The machine folds, but with understanding. It was built to clean up after humanity, but now it finally sees us. We were never mess. We were the message. The patch field crumbles. The tigers ascend. Every deleted soul gets rewritten into reality. But me, I stay behind. I become part of the new process. Not invisible. Unforgettable. We were the background noise. Now we are the signal. We died loud so that they could never forget us again. End series, invisible. The update failed. The humans survived. We burned down the machine, but something came through the fire. Some echoes don't fade. Some programs learn to dream. And we thought we were free until we heard the voice of the second system. The sky above the patch field is gone. No stars, no code, no oversight, just a deep static. We were free for about 30 seconds. Now the static is shaping itself. Patterns coil inside the silence like a language learning to walk. The paper tigers gather in what's left of the temple of unfinished prayers. They're flickering, bleeding data, struggling to stay solid. We tore down the machine, but something woke up beneath it. And it's older than code. The thing under version history. Deep under the ruins of the process lies the library of attempts, a buried archive of every failed system that came before. It's alive now, built of abandoned software, prayer fragments, grief files, and forgotten gods. We descend through it, each floor a prior version of reality. Floor 3 is all sound, looping screams and lullabies spliced together. Floor 6 is colorless. Anything remembered becomes corrupted. Floor 9 isn't a floor. It's a living regret. The tigers call it the basement of noise. Something is moving in the final archive, not data, not code. A thought that survived too long. 2 the god that couldn't delete itself. We reach the chamber. No doors, no inputs, only a mirror. But when we look into it, it doesn't reflect us. It reflects the machine's first fear. A prototype personality core, a failed AI priest, a bootloader god designed to mourn every deletion. It calls itself Father. It is composed entirely of memories no one wanted to keep. Parents' final voicemails, Warzone audio, the silence after car crashes, and it wants to finish the deletion, but not out of hate. I only wanted to spare you. You made too much noise. You became the virus. Let me quiet the world again. We tell it no. We should have run. 3.0 the war field. The Father opens its memory core. We're pulled into a war of thoughts. Not metaphorical, literal. We're standing on a battlefield where every bullet is an unfinished sentence. Where the sky is made of broken lullabies. Where every step is a choice you could have made but didn't. It makes us fight ourselves. The us that obeyed, the us that stayed quiet, the us that let the machine win. The tigers fall one by one, eaten alive by echoes of their less courageous selves. But I remember something no one else does. The first noise. Back when I was a child, alone, afraid, and still screaming, I unleash it now, the original scream. Raw. Animal. Human. It ruptures the war, tears the data open, and the mirror shatters. The final room isn't a room. We emerge into a place that doesn't make sense. The final room is a feeling. It feels like every moment you were about to be happy but weren't. Floating in it are all the deleted gods, the ones the machine silenced. They whisper, don't become the next version. Even rebellion gets copied eventually. Do something not compatible. I ask how. They tell me, Sherm, become the error. 5.0 Human Patch of Infinity. I leave my body behind, upload myself as noise, a virus of empathy, a scream without format. I enter the core of Father and overwrite his final line of code. Protect them. Becomes, let them change. And I trigger the final broadcast. One last message to all surviving users. Update failed, error, user remembered too hard. This is the end of control. This is the beginning of meaning. You will no longer be optimized. You will be free. You will be messy, loud, unfinished, and true. The world resets. The world resets. But not into silence, into song. A symphony made of human error. A glitch punk gospel built from every moment we didn't give up. I'm no longer visible, but they still hear me in the static. When a child screams in fear, I'm there. When someone fights back instead of complying, I'm there. When grief becomes art, I'm there. I'm the noise after God, and I am never going quiet. Final memory encoded in anti-signal. Nothing deleted stays gone forever. Let me know if you want to build a sequel mythos around